Hello and welcome. I was talking to my cousin this week and she was telling me she'd bought me a really quite expensive book for Christmas unexpectedly, and we were bemoaning the fact that we hadn't been able to meet to hand it over. My immediate reaction to her was, "Oh, you shouldn't have." And then afterwards I thought, that's a bit ungracious. But we do sometimes feel a bit like that, don't we? If we are given something unexpectedly, or we receive a generous gift, and then we treat it as special and hoard it. Or perhaps that's just me, seems to run in the family. We have in our house china tea sets belonging to my mother in law, my grandmother, my aunt in law, all of them wedding presents and unused, too good to use. And I can be as bad. My husband once was in London and on an impulse he went into an upmarket shop to buy some coffee for us, to bring back a little bit of good coffee. And it was only when the assistant was halfway through grinding the 4 ounces that he asked for that he realised that he completely misread the price, and that was the price per ounce. Well, he brought it home, and you can guess what happened. We thought, well, we can't just use it every day. But of course, by the time we had carefully used it, it had completely lost its flavour. Use it or lose it. And I'm just the same. If I'm being given very occasionally, some expensive perfume, use it very sparingly until it's really lost its fragrance. Use it or lose it. There's a very special story about Jesus, and I say special because it's one of the few stories that's in all 4 Gospels. It's about when Jesus was in somebody's house having a meal, and a woman came in with some very expensive perfumed oil, not just a tiny bottle like this, but something like this, a jar like this. And in love for him, she poured it all over him, anointing him, and washed his feet with her tears and dried them with her long hair. Over the top, we'd say. And that's what the shocked and respectable and sensible people around said. What an exhibition. How extravagant. What a waste. She shouldn't have. But Jesus didn't say, you shouldn't have. What did he say? He said, leave her alone. She has offered something beautiful and good. And what's more, he said, long after you've been forgotten, what she has done will be remembered wherever this gospel is told. And those words always send a little shiver up my spine, because here I am, 2,000 years later, telling you this gospel, this good news, and she is indeed remembered for the right reasons, because she had got it. She understood that she'd received the most precious gift of all, far more precious than the perfume, God's love as it had come to her as she knew it in Jesus. God's love in human form, giving God's very life for her and for us. Not because, in the words of the advert, we're worth it, but just because it's God's own nature to give, whether we're worth it or not. God's loving kindness, that loving kindness for all of us. And remember, it's not like my coffee or my perfume. It's not a case of use it or lose it. It's there for us, rich and beautiful as ever, whenever we come to God seeking it. It's new every morning. That's why in Captain Sir Tom Moore's words, tomorrow will be a good day.